Hello everyone, and we are back with another speaker. We have Amrit with us. Welcome Amrit.
Hi, well,
How are you
thank
doing?
you. Good, lovely.
Great. There's a very funny thing. I met Amrit just a while ago. It's been only a fraction of seconds. But the warmthness which Amrit has brought to this room is commendable.
Thank you so
And
much.
I think this is what YI is different from other organizations. It brings oneness that everyone wants and look forwards for.
Yeah, I believe it brings a lot of comfort and freedom to the entire space, and that is why I've been a member for 9 years, and I continue to be one. Yeah.
That's huge. I mean, as you mentioned, 9 years. So, would you like to talk about the legacy that YI Guwahati has and the impact it has been bringing to everyone's life?
Thanks, Krishna, for the question. Actually, one of the things which is very attractive about YI is its legacy, be it at national level or at Guwahati chapter level. I still remember when I became the chair in 2022, and in my chairmanship acceptance speech, I still remember that, I told something like, it's very difficult and it's a lot of responsibility to fill in the shoes of the past chairs who have been like amazing in YI as well as their professional and personal fields they are. If I give you a little background of YI National, it was formed in 2002 and the Guwahati chapter was formed in June 9, 2009. So it's been 16 years of YI Guwahati, and you've got this amazing and lovely and inspirational, full of inspiration past chairs, starting with Mr. Ajay Agarwal, who is a reputed CA here. He got YI to Guwahati. I'm sure you know that CII is the the parent body of YI. So a lot of these big industrialists who were part of CII thought that young ones need to be part of something greater good for the organization, for the country, just not business. And that is how YI was formed nationally, and in 2009 the CII chapter of Guwahati formed the YI chapter here. From Ajay, it has been great names in Guwahati which everybody would know, be it Samrat Deka, be it Mehta's, be it Jyotishman Datta of Downtown University. They're great lot of names. The recent past chairs have been very successful in their field of business. I think YI gets that empathy, the leadership, the thought leadership, which makes them a great leader in their own organizations as well as family. So the legacy is huge, and that's one of the most attractiveness part of being a member of YI. To be in the shoes of these guys, to hang out with them, to learn from them, to be in the same room with them is just fortunate.
That's great. Thank you for putting up your words so simply and so clearly. As we all know, you have been a past chair, and your better half, Anubhati, she is the co-chair for this tenure, and for 2026 she is the chair. And since you mentioned your 10-year-old son, he enjoys YI more than anyone else. So Amrit, can you tell me one thing which YI gives or brings everyone together in terms of, be it males, female, or even kids? So what one thing is there which YI has brought impact in your personal life, both professionally and in family terms?
See, YI is not about one, but if I have to really answer your question about one thing, I think it's the diversity. The true India is oneness, the unity in diversity, and YI is absolutely same, and that is why it's Young Indians. It's absolutely a unity in lot of diversity, and we respect diversity. Like, I would not name any organization, but whatever I've heard or whatever I've been part of, the diversity which YI gets in a small chapter like Guwahati or in a large chapter or the country nationally is amazing. We join as a couple, but each member of both are equal members, both have equal rights. There is no difference between money. We don't talk money here, right? We don't talk about position here. We just talk about great projects, great work, great leadership, and to kind of excel in this diversity or to be part of this diversity, the real result is the leadership it builds, right? So, when you can be part of a diverse group and lead it or be even if you're not leading it, even if you're just part of it, builds you as a leader, because you kind of absorb a lot of diverse views. You kind of think about it, and then you kind of start respecting the diversity, the diverse views. In YI, if you're doing a project, be it a project like Masoom, which is child sexual abuse, there are different thoughts of different people from different backgrounds, from different economic backgrounds or family backgrounds or whatever. And once you get those ideas, normally in your own business, you live in a silo, what you think is right. How much of the time we actually listen to our employees? The employees is like, sir, aap de do, aap jo bologe hum kar denge. And that drains you out. Here, when you hear so many people around having diverse views, like, yaar, aisa bhi ho sakta hai. So this is something, as a peer leadership, it builds your leadership, it makes you listen, it makes you part of a larger good, I believe. I don't know whether I've been able to answer your question very clearly, but this is what YI brings, and that is how we build these transformational outputs. It's not that we just working one way. If you have a project like accessibility, for example, YI has been pioneer of making people aware, advocate, as well as do credible actions on accessibility. Nobody in Guwahati talks about a restaurant has to be accessible. And YI talks about it. And YI talks about it and does an action, because some members gonna talk about, let's do the bus stand active, let's do a hospital active, and one member suddenly comes up, okay, that's difficult, government is part of it, let's do a restaurant accessible. Let's do a hotel accessible. And then he's like, wow, this didn't come in my mind. This is also possible. So it has helped me as a leader when I've become more, I can listen to diverse views, absorb it, and, empower people. So I've started empowering my team, my professional team back in business. And I was like, dude, you've got an idea, let's talk about that. Let's take this decision together. So these are certain things YI brings, the diversity, and to accept the diversity and learn from it and become a better leader.
That's nice. I mean, your experience is really, I think it will be helpful for our audience to know about YI. I don't want to lose this opportunity since you are here. I would like to ask one last question. Let's sum it up with that last question. You remember a while ago we were talking about freedom. You just mentioned YI gave you freedom to do a lot of things. And everyone knows that if you are a president or if you lead some organization, it comes with set of instructions and specific goals. But as you mentioned, it has given you a lot of freedom. So can you explain us how being a president or being a chair, with having so many things to do yet having that freedom of doing what you want, how has this difference created by YI impacted you?
So I'll give this answer with an analogy for whoever's going to listen it, for them to make it a little simple. YI is a very decentralized model of operation, right? So there's a national governing body, there's a regional body, and there's a chapter. So there are common minimum programs which the national bodies suggest. Every chapter has to work on these projects or these initiatives, get these numbers and everything. When you become a chair, or when you're part of the executive committee, when you have the accountability of leading a particular initiative or project, you understand the local dynamics, right? So how you see there is a central government, there is a state government. The central government tells the state government, you have to got this to do, and we will fund you for this. But there are certain projects where the state government decides, no, this is relevant for us. If a central government project may be more relevant for Maharashtra, maybe less relevant for Assam. So that the leadership of Assam will decide, no, this is okay, this is good, but we need to also do this. So this is the freedom which YI gives you. So you have a common minimum program, but then you have certain initiatives and projects which are very relevant. And that is how YI has developed over the years, from 2002 when it was formed to 2025. All the national projects are the birth of the work or initiatives taken by the local chapters. So Masoom was not an initiative which flew down. It's a very bottom-up approach. So if Guwahati chapter decides to do something unique and the impact is at scale, the national will adopt it going forward, right? So that gives you freedom. Already you gotta put that 50% of what the nationals are telling you, but you've got the space, and nobody's gonna stop you for that. You have an absolute freedom to do that. I would not name projects where Guwahati has been pioneer. Over the years, we've been pioneers in flood management. It was a local issue. Nationals never talk about it.
Wow, that's nice.
Right? There have been times we worked Sundays and Sundays on rehabilitation of floods. We've been absolutely a pioneer on how not, okay, you'll still find some boats. We've been amazingly pioneers in the region for Miyawaki forest, where we've planted a lot of Miyawaki forest when a lot of people don't even know about it. We've been pioneers in getting, creating a food award for accessible restaurants. We did a survey of, all the restaurants in Guwahati and gave prize to a restaurant which is the most accessible. So they're initiatives we've been pioneer about. It's about how do you scale them so that there's a national impact.
Correct.
I think there is a lot of work to do for the chairs and the future chairs of Guwahati, where they kind of find those projects which is relevant in Guwahati and relevant to the country. So that's the freedom we get as chairs. Freedom we get to add more value to the membership, because that's one of the key pillars in YI nationally. Your members are the first pillars. Unless the members come together, the members bond together, the other pillars may not perform as well. So you have freedom to do everything actually.
That's so beautifully answered. Thank you so much, Amrit. It was our pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. It was my first time, and I'm glad I had a host like Krishna.
And you were great. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Amrit.
Yeah.